let's not tick you. Your madness and insanity packed into one little bucket-shaped shape.
When
I'm back to this hellscape. Why am I back to this, though? Hello everyone, I'm Echo, and welcome back to the Stanley Parable. I was gonna go for the escape pod ending. I'm back from the other recording. I cleaned myself up a bit, and I realized I couldn't leave well enough alone. Aww. Why am I doing this? Because number 9. So you mean this? Stop adjusting slider. What is happening? Which of the two words below is most applicable to you? This one. Please don't adjust the slider. Sure. Do you know what time it is right now? No. Is the time that it is right now the correct time? No. What time is it anyway? No. What is happening? If there is anything about yourself you haven't told me. Yes? Help? Yes? Will you come back to visit me? Yes. What is happening? What just happened? The time setting is getting a little out of hand. And we're back here. Madness. Let the madness ensue. Apparently the infinite hole actually has an ending, but I don't know if I can get back to it without completely resetting my game. Which is something I can do. Ooh. Money in the morning, money in the evening, money for breakfast, money crisp. I'll take that.
I'm going back to the name of these little Stanley figurines, and now I'm torn between Stanlerines and Figlies. What do you think, Stanley? What name better encapsulates the intrinsic sense of happiness that you get from seeing a small number in the corner of your screen go up by 1? Let me sit on it. I'm sure it will come to me.
Yes, this is a thing. I'm still doing it. Why am I still searching for these?
Stepping.
Got it. Okay. I do have the guide open next to me, just in case I need a little guidance. So now I should be able to return to my desk. Yes? Yes? What the hell is this? You are now leaving. Okay. Escape Pod Bay, floor 760. And we're on 754. Okay. Does the narrator have anything to say? No? Someone help me. Someone help me. Escape Pod Bay. Okay. Why is this here? What is happening? Just gonna keep backing up until I hit something. Oh. Hit something. Wait, what? What the hell is the escape pod ending then?
All of his co-workers were gone.
Oh Christ, we're back here.
What could it mean?
Let's not tick you. Your madness and insanity packed into one little bucket-shaped shape.
The moment he entered his manager's office, Stanley froze in his tracks. Not a living soul anywhere. Could he really be all alone? This was too much for Stanley to take. Too much for any man to take. He fell to his knees, bursting into half moans, half sobs, the guttural retching of life from a man denied any hope, any reason to keep going. Here on the floor he lay prone, paralyzed by fear for nearly a full hour. But when at last he began to move about and survey the situation, he found a keypad behind the boss's desk. What could it mean? Was it a sign of hope for Stanley's future? Alas, it was not. Stanley was in such a rush to get through the story as quickly as possible, he didn't even have a single minute to just let the narrator talk. That kind of anxiety isn't healthy, so he relaxed for a few moments with some calming New Age music.
Oh, come on. Gonna get me copyrighted. Oh my god. Yes, I wanted to know.
Feeling soothed and rejuvenated, Stanley calmly walked forward into the opened passageway.
No.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the
meeting room.
Get over here,
you pill of madness.
Where are we going today? The bucket asked.
Oh god, not again.
Just smiled. Anywhere they went together would be perfect. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
Oh. Hi.
You're getting close now, Stanley. You've nearly gotten all of the Figler and Marines. Very soon, you'll collect the last one, and then the first number will equal the second number, and that will be it. We'll be different people by then. Different in the sense that we used to have none of them. And now
I have
we
no
have them
sanity
all.
left,
You can't go back to when you had no Figler and Marines. None of us can. The elevator raced downward, plummeting towards an unknown fate. It would be all Stanley could do to keep himself together, if not for the bucket. Soothing him, comforting him, reassuring that in this darkest moment of uncertainty, he would be all right. The bucket is here for you, Stanley. Everything will be fine.
Yeah, I screwed up the 3 ending.
Stanley and the bucket walked straight ahead through the large door that read, Mind Control Facility.
I think I was just too impatient.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? But just as Stanley was about to proceed further into the mind control facility, he tripped and fell over the railing and into the dark void below. Thankfully, he fell directly onto the bucket, which safely cushioned his fall. Now, what to do next? Stanley wondered. Stanley and the bucket could find no way out of this enormous pit, and so eventually they decided that the best thing to do would be to simply get comfortable down here.
Really?
So they set up a little couch and relaxed. It really wasn't so bad down here, a bit cold perhaps.
Probably.
After some time had gone by, they installed a few shelves as well, and a sort of kitchenette that was useful for when the bucket was craving paninis.
Where are we getting this stuff?
But it wasn't until the rugs and the standing lamps came in that it really started to feel like a home. In fact, after some time, Stanley realized that it had been ages since he had even thought of the mind control facility at all. He'd never gotten to fully explore what was up there, never been able to unearth the many mysteries of the mind control facility. This lack of closure began to eat at him. Soon he was dwelling on his regrets, and the state of their home slowly decayed as Stanley became withdrawn and neglected the cleaning.
What?
It unsettled the bucket deeply. Stanley wasn't usually like this. The bucket tried to reach out to him again and again, but to no avail.
Help?
All Stanley could think about, all he could talk about, was going back, doing it over again, staying on the path. It was a mistake to leave the path. It was a mistake. It was a mistake. I need to do what the narrator says. I need to see the true ending.
Is there one?
This made no sense at all to the bucket, which bucket was simply trying to live its life down here as comfortably as possible. Yet Stanley was inconsolable. This isn't an ending. This is just a hole in the ground. The bucket sighed. True, it wasn't an ending. But it's where we happen to be. And maybe, possibly, if we accept the reality of things, maybe this will become an ending eventually. It's what the bucket was counting on. The two of them waited for a very long time.
So, am I just dead?
Sorry, I got distracted working on
trying to figure out our stuff. Oh, my head. Oh, my head.
I'm trying to figure out what endings I can do. That'd be interesting.
You know what? Enough is enough.
I'm getting revenge.
Wait, what? Defeat the bucket ending.
Even now,
is...
Stanley's office was a distant memory. What did it look like? There was a computer, perhaps, and a painting. Was it a painting or a photo? He could no longer recall.
What? Oh god, not again. The computer's not you again. Me and you are going on a
bucket, a
slight
humble
trip.
bucket, a committed bucket, a bucket of culture and Stanley clung the bucket to his cheek. Could his co-workers really all be gone?
Yep. Whee!
Yes.
What now?
Whispered the bucket into Stanley's ear. We've done it. We've escaped from that dull office and that pesky narrator. At last, out here in the white void, we are alone. Now, and for the first time, I can reveal to you my true self. The bucket began to tell Stanley of its life and its history, of the countless wars it witnessed, desecrating the land and lives of untold numbers of innocent humans, and the bucket's own complicity therein, of sadness and regret, and the many years it spent dwelling on the actions it might have taken to curb the madness and the decay, if only it had been stronger, of hope and redemption, and its crusade to uplift the stock of life for the common man, to manifest justice where none existed, and the bittersweet reality of time, to see one's dreams and wishes met halfway, meted out in parcels like charity, and abandoned as soon as the warm glow of inspiration begins to dim. The opportunities to do so much more. There was so much it could have done, perhaps, the bucket wondered to itself. Perhaps, if it had seen its own darkness with a clearer perception. This was way too much for Stanley. What are you talking about? He screamed. You're a bucket! To this, the bucket furrowed its brow.
What brow?
No, said the bucket. Not since the evil wizard Gambhorata first ensnared me in his machinations as payback for the sacred amulet I stole from his treasured vaults. I was young back then and could not conceive the ramifications of... No! Stanley screamed even louder this time. This is stupid! You are a bucket!
And you're talking to it!
Stupid!
What is happening? I don't know.
Stanley screamed and screamed and screamed. The bucket revealed its true form, transforming into a mighty beast of untold power, its fangs glistening like...
What the fuck? Jesus!
My God, Stanley, you did it. You saved us from the bucket. Thank God you already had all 12 emblems of sages and knew the incantations to summon their true power. Otherwise, we would have easily been overwhelmed by the bucket's power. I'm speechless. You've demonstrated such bravery here today. Come, let's restart the game, and we'll agree to never again go trifling with this bucket, nor the dark magic cast away inside of it.
What? Is this what madness feels like? Is this...
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
That's not right. Well, yeah, it's right, but it's always been left. What the hell?
He entered the door on his left.
Are we gonna talk about what the hell just happened back there? What am I doing? What am I even doing? I don't even know what to do. Epilogue ending. How do I get to this? Yeah. Explorations. What? What do you mean the wastelands? What do you mean the ruins? What the hell are you talking about? You'll be back.
Stanley just stood there doing nothing at all. He seems to think I have nothing better to do with my time than to sit around and describe every fascinating little detail of his inability to do anything. This is why Stanley and I are on such good terms.
I'm trying to sort out the madness and chaos that is the game that you have forced me into. What the hell are you talking about? I have 5 out of 6 of them. Yeah, I'm working on it. Oh! Okay, so that was telling me where to find them. Okay, yeah, I got this.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Thought I got you already.
And there it is, the last Stiggly Wiggly. Savor this moment, Stanley. This is a real accomplishment. This is doing something just for the sake of doing it. Where so many people expect to be rewarded for the most trivial achievements, you've insisted that a job well done is its own reward. I would tell you that I'm proud of you for collecting them all, but that would be like a reward, and we can't have that. So, instead I'll just say, it's done. We're all done here.
No, we're not.
Now we can go to whatever the hell you were doing before you hunted for figurines.
Excuse me? Okay, so I need to restart. God, my head hurts at this point.
Stanley, I'm sorry, but I have to put a pause on things. It's those figurines, those figglers. I haven't stopped thinking about them since you nabbed every last one. Wasn't it just the most intrinsically fulfilling moment of your entire life? Didn't it fill you to the brim with inner richness?
Kind of.
Yes, I know we're supposed to be telling a story, but won't you please indulge me with one more trip back to the memory zone?
Oh.
I would love nothing more than to revisit the figurines. Just one more time.
Okay. Guess we're back here. My head hurts. It really does at this point. Down here?
Here's where it all began. The first collectible. Back then, we had no idea of how many of them we'd find. Sure, it said 6 right there on the screen, but how could we know for certain? We were so innocent. We'll never be like that again, Stanley.
7 out of 6. How is that possible?
And here was a second Stanley. You found this one all on your own, just by poking around in the warehouse. You did that, Stanley. I'll be honest. Back then, I had no faith in you to find any of them, let alone 6. But you continue to surprise me in all sorts of mundane, unremarkable ways.
Excuse me? I've lost my mind in the freaking journey of this madness and insanity that you insist. I just want to be gone. I'm tired of you.
Quiz. Which of these rooms was the room you found your third mini stand? Can you remember?
Red and blue doors. I remember because...
that's exactly right.
Yeah.
It was here by the red and blue doors. It was the third one. You picked it up, and then after that, you had 3 of them. I'm glad these moments are so crystal clear in your memory, but I shouldn't be surprised. After all, science tells us that it's impossible to forget your third time doing anything.
Like smashing your head through a wall. 3 times over.
Let's see. What came next? Oh yes, we found a Figley in this pink room. Oh well, I can't actually say I remember being in this room, but it's here in the memory zone, so it must have happened.
That's not right. That's not right at all. Are you forgetting?
This was the 5th mini-Stan, and this one was really something special. It was behind the boss's office. I remember it so clearly. In fact, because this one is particularly special to me, I made a little video to commemorate the occasion. Enjoy.
Sorry, what? What did you make this in? Someone help. God, it's so low res. How? Back in 2013, definitely. Oh God, just stop it already.
Takes you back, doesn't it? I spent a lot of time making that video, but
oh,
it was
I'm sure.
8 minutes I wouldn't have spent on anything else.
I can't even spend 8 minutes only on a video. God, I wish I could. Oh shit, not that way. You know, I have no desire to return to this. My mind is melting away.
Then we came to the last collectible, the final figurine, right here under the stairs. This memory is the most distinct and clear in my mind, perhaps because it was the one that happened more recently than all the others. Who can truly say how the mind works? All I know is that this is the moment where you picked up a Figly and I thought to myself, yes, that's all of them. They're all collected. It was a moment unlike any other. Except for the other moments picking up figurines, which it was exactly like.
Ooh. What the... You... Oh...
And then there was no more. Because we've caught up to the present moment. Nothing left to do but move onward into the future. Goodbye, Memory Zone.
What the hell is happening?
No, I'm not done. I'm not ready to move on. Stop the loading screen. Isn't there some way we can stay here, keep enjoying these figurines? Let's just go backwards. We'll do the Memory Zone again from the opposite direction. See how that feels.
Oh God, can I just rip my brains out through my anus? Reverse, you know?
Okay, yes, that spot under the stairs, I remember this. I must say, of all the figurines we looked at in our initial tour of the Memory Zone, this one is the most distinct and clear in my mind. Let's keep going, I want more.
I'm gonna bash my head through a freaking wall at this rate. I have completely lost all sense of understanding and existence.
Here's where I made that video. Don't you
No, not the video. Not again!
Yes, I love that video.
I hate it. Help.
Still don't remember the pink room, Stanley. Still no memory of this one. Good room.
Me neither.
A solid room.
God help me. That's probably that's a stand-in for the expo room, because you can't go back there.
You know, if there had been any kind of reward for finding all of these, it really would have muted the intrinsic joy of collecting them. I'm very glad we resisted the temptation. Next one.
Good for you. God. Help. I am trapped. I am a hostage. I am a hostage in this situation. You ever mentioned the bathroom one?
This was our second Figly. Don't you remember? Yes, I remember it too. The past is truly a wonderful thing. Why does anyone ever choose to leave it? Keep going.
Because this past is laden with madness of existence and undying, wavering desire for death.
Is it, the very first one we found in the exhibit where I introduced you to the Figlarines. Oh, I want more memories, Stanley. I want to keep going. What else is there? What came before this?
I don't know. Oh, Christ, we're back. going insane.
Look, it's the terrible new content that we were originally sold on. I remember hating it back then, but time does put a rosy filter on everything. In fact, I dare say I'm actually quite fond of it now. Look up. Oh, yes. The
Sorry,
doors.
I'm losing it.
A classic memory, this one.
I'm kind of losing it a little bit. In our office.
And before everything else, there was your office.
Uh-huh.
Is there anything else? Was there something that came before your office?
Madness, installing the game, recording.
I can remember.
A lot of other stuff?
Yes, I'm remembering something now. I remember before this whole story got started. Back then I was different. I used to make big decisions. I was passionate. I was skeptical. I weighed each decision with profound thoughtfulness. And then somewhere along the way, I stopped making decisions. I became lazy. And I came up with a character named Stanley to do my thinking for me. He would make the decisions. He would decide which way to go. I would cheer him on as he collected figurines for no reason. Why did I invent Stanley? Was I lonely? Yes, perhaps that's it. Perhaps I needed to imagine I had companionship. And Stanley really did make for a wonderful companion, even if he was a fiction. But I suppose it's grown old. I want to think for myself again. I want to go back to how it used to be. Yes, I can be on my own again. I can do it. I'll be stronger this time. I'll take care of myself. I don't need Stanley anymore. Oh, but he truly was so much fun to play with. You know what? Since we're in the memory zone, how about one more good memory? Let's go back just once and give Stanley one more run of the office, and then I'll retire him for good. I did enjoy telling his story so very much. Okay, here we go. This is the story of a man named Stanley.
I actually really like that. It's still madness-laden and chaotic existence, but I think that'll work. Okay. Now... okay.
All of
so
his
we can go back
gone.
here.
What could it mean?
Or...
Stanley decided to...
There's supposed to be another option. Hold on. This should be the final episode, but I don't know. My mind is teetering on the brink of madness. I should probably be playing Elden Ring. Told by Crows. Written by Davey Warren, yeah. Oh, my head hurts. What time is it? I don't know. Does anyone really truly know? Of course they don't. Nobody knows anything. And we don't even know each other. We're like strangers. So I adjust all the gainsaying for your exact specification, but who hasn't? It's just what I do. Like a day job. And now, the job is over. There's no more information for me to gather. I've collected all the data on you that I can. Still, I don't really know you. And you don't know me. And neither of us know what time it is. I do. I guess some signs are just unsettable. But if I'm being totally honest, the clock doesn't do anything in the game anyways. You won't hear from me when the game starts next time, but that's okay. Video games are meant to be played alone. You like being alone, don't you? That's maybe the only information I really learned about you. Well, it's time for me to leave. There's still more settings that we need to adjust, but it may take a little time before we're ready for that. Not really in my job description, but that's okay. Perhaps you'll see me again, if you can find me. Talk soon. What the hell just happened? I am going insane. Here we go. What the hell is this epilogue? Epilogue. many, many years later. This is it. This is the end. This is all that is left. This is the last ending. I mean, there's a few bucket endings I haven't dealt with yet, but I'm not doing with any more of the bucket. The bucket is madness and crazy notions. Something that should not and never should have ever been touched or messed with in the first place. Once I finish this ending, I am resetting this game and I will never return. No narrator. Damn. What the hell is this? Is this the ending? Is this the true, unforgiving ending? The end of it all. The end of the madness, the chaos, all that is the Stanley Parable. Oh. Have I finally found it? The true end? The end of everything? Whoa. It's the memory place. It's still alive. Partially. What happened to you, old friend? Lost in the dust of time, never to be remembered again? Oh, you poor, poor thing. What has happened to you? Oh, I'm so sorry I allowed this to happen. What is this? Phew, the Stanley Parable 2. Like so many, I enjoyed my time with the original Stanley Parable, which underscores how truly disappointed I am with its sequel. Where the first game teamed with originality, Stanley Parable 2 is dull and uninspiring and often insulting to its fan base. Rather than expand on what made the first game enjoyable, the sequel veers off into territory nobody asked for, an infinitely deep hole. Who cares? Where are the new endings? What about enjoyable bits from Stanley Parable 1, like the adventure line? Instead, we get an uninspiring side quest collecting figurines. Even this diversion feels incomplete. Collecting all the figurines gets you nothing. I must say, though, I found the bucket to be quite comforting. Of course you did. The bucket is madness in existence, and I hope it burns in hell in this eternal wasteland. Developers, no more spin-offs, no more sequels. 2013. Prompt developers rethink their ambitions. Huh. Interesting.
Jim.
Oh god, it's the Jim buttons again. They're still alive. It's a damn plenty of them. Here we go. Whoa. It's the figurines. And the hole. Okay. Think I'm losing it a little bit. This is not what I ever expected out of this game. Okay, please let there be death at the bottom. Nope. What the hell is going on? What is all this? What is this? Hello again. It's nice to see you. But it's terrible to learn that there will never be another Stanley Parable game. Did you read what the developer said? Preserve the integrity of the franchise. What nonsense. The Stanley Parable is not sacred. We do not need to protect it. Screw the legacy. Let's keep making new Stanley Parable games until the sun explodes. God, please, no, help me. Let's run this franchise into the ground. Let's drag it through the mud and back. And if people hate it, who cares? You see, that was the narrator's problem. He was so obsessed with what people thought of his work. Don't make his mistake. Don't cling to the legacy. Let it burn. It's not hard, in fact. Let me show you. Together, we are going to make the Stanley Parable 3. It's simple. All we had to do is change the number in the game's title screen. We also really need a really dumb subtitle for the game. Something loud and gaudy. Go ahead, try combining some random words together to make a new title for our game. Oh, expired hole. Pirate 427. Expired hole. Yeah, let's go with expired hole. Stanley Parable 3 expired hole. It's absurd. I love it. Every time you restart the game, we'll advance a number by 1 and we'll pick a new subtitle. That way, the Stanley Parable will never end. And nothing in the game itself would change when you do this either. Adding more content sounds like work. No need to do that. It'll just be the same content, recycling again, and 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 again. I have gone crazy at this point. With a new title screen. What do you say? Should we go forward with this plan? I like it, but what do we have to say as well? Just be done. Good, then it's agreed. A new sequel every time you start the game. And you know what? Since you put faith in my idea, I feel like giving you something as well. You see, I've noticed the narrator never found a way to give you that broken achievement, did he? Of course not. I only expect him to know how. It's been bothering me. Let's fix it. Alright, there. The achievement machine is all fixed. You see? I'm on your side. We're all in this together. If my Xbox was actually connected to the network, I probably would have gotten the achievement. I'm going to keep this train rolling. The Stanley Parable cannot end. It can only spiral in on itself. Forever. I must keep the wheel turning. I'm ready. Are you? Great. So only one last thing we need to do. Please enter the current time. For once, I'm going to actually enter the correct time. There we go. I actually did the correct time. Barely visible. Sure. Please enjoy. Are we actually done? I need to see that last bit. Stanley Parable 3 expired hole. Hi. Okay. Okay. Just. Actually, no, it's not.
Gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
No, because if I ever see that meeting room again, I might just burn this whole building to the ground. I am done with this madness. Honestly, I love this to death. This is so much fun. So much fun. Beyond anything I had ever expected. This is great. More than I ever expected. I didn't know the old stuff I knew about. Of course I did. I watched a Stanley Parable. I watched Jacksepticeye play it. For Christ's sakes. But I didn't know anything about the new content. And honestly, it was a lot of fun. I enjoyed it. I mean, it has driven me a little mad. And I'm glad to never have to be back to this game. But it was fun. There was something about it that just made it that, you know? It was great. I enjoyed it. I didn't get every ending, but like there's a bunch of them that are basically repeats, but with the buckets. But ultimately, yeah. That's that. We're done. I'm done. I'm actually done. I'm actually gonna kind of miss this game. It was fun. It was fun while it lasted. I'm gonna go to sleep. I hope you all enjoyed. If you did, think about leaving a like, comment, subscribe, maybe rewatch the series if you want to. If you want to rewatch my madness and descent into chaotic existence of madness, I don't even know at this point. I had fun. I enjoyed it. I'm gonna miss this game. Right now, if you enjoyed, think about leaving a like, comment, subscribe, all the good stuff. Check out the series at the end. There's gonna be a playlist in the description and at the end screen. Other than that, be good, be well, and I'll see all of you in the next one. Goodbye.